Hello everybody and welcome back. Come on, off to a great start. Hello everybody and welcome back to another review of the IMDb Top 250 Greatest Movies of All Time, even though that we're only doing the Top 50 today. We are talking about The Intouchables, and before I get into that, just a quick reminder on how this list actually works and what it is that I'm doing, because someone texted me yesterday and said, you skipped over Whiplash, and I had to respond with no, because my list is different. My list is from January, whereas the list that you would see if you looked it up now is from now. That makes sense, obviously. So some stuff is different, some stuff is out of order, so yes, that is why I skipped Whiplash. Sorry about that. But we're talking about The Intouchables today. It came out in 2011. It is directed by Olivier Nakache and Eric Toledano and stars Francois Cluzet and Omar Sy. If you haven't guessed already, the entire film is in French. I don't speak French, thank God for subtitles. So, the story, and it is a true story, is about a French aristocrat who is a quadriplegic named Philippe, played by Francois Cluzet. And he is looking for a new caretaker because he needs 24-hour care. He can't walk, he can't feed himself, he can't do anything. He needs full assistance 24 hours a day, and he's looking for a caretaker. And he kind of breaks the rules. He goes outside of the boundaries of, the French aristocracy or whatever. I don't know. But he hires Driss, played by Omar Sy, who is from the streets. He just got out of prison. He has family problems. His life not too good, and he goes to the job interview saying, I need you to sign this saying that I interviewed for the job and didn't get it so that I can apply for my benefit and get money from the government. And they see him and they say, you know what, we think that you're the perfect guy for the job, come with us, it'll be great. And it is great. This is an awesome movie, and I never would have thought that, but it is. I really enjoyed it. First of all, the chemistry between these two is unreal. It is incredible how funny these two people are together. Yes, the film is hysterical, and it's in French. I don't understand a word that they're saying, but there's subtitles and there's visual stuff, and it's great. I was laughing really hard during this movie. I really, really enjoyed it. But their chemistry is insane, how well these two people work together. I had never heard of Francois Cluzet because I'm not French, I don't live in France, but I had heard of Omar Sy. He played Bishop in X-Men Days of Future Past, which is an awesome movie, one of my favorite superhero movies, in case you were wondering. He played Bishop in that, and he was good in that as well, but he's much better in this. He has a much stronger role, much bigger part of the film. He drives the plot. The plot is really driven by the relationship between these two unlikely best friends. Do not be afraid to watch this movie. As I stated in my last review, which was of Modern Times, a silent film from 1936, I would have never seen this movie if it wasn't for this list. If it wasn't for me going down the list and saying, I want to watch this, I want to watch this, I want to watch this, just to say that I watched it, just to say that I've seen all these movies, I would have never watched a foreign film. I would have never watched a silent film. But because of it, I have been exposed to really great film. This is a great film. I've said that, but I cannot express enough how good this movie is. And also, it's easy to watch. Really, I mean, I have never seen a fully subtitled film before. The closest to a subtitled film that I've seen is Inglourious Basterds, which you've probably heard of. 60% of the film is in either German, French, Italian. It's in a bunch of different languages. Only 40% of the film is actually spoken in English. That was the closest I've ever gotten to watching a subtitled film. And this film has no English in it. It is all subtitles. Did you know there is English? There's songs in English hip-hop at the time. That's not really relevant. What else? As I said, it's very easy to watch. The characters, of course, as I said, are great. The acting, as I said, is great. There are actually a few other foreign films on this list. There are 3 in the top 50. No, 4. There's 4 in the top 50. I've seen 2 of them. I have seen this, and I've seen City of God, which is in Spanish. There is also Life is Beautiful, which is in Italian, and Seven Samurai, which is in Japanese. I have seen, as I said, Intouchables and City of God. They were both great. I'm surprised at how much I'm enjoying watching foreign films. You don't understand a word that they're saying. I I do understand a little bit of Spanish, but the subtitles does not restrict the film. It doesn't hold it back from telling a good story. In fact, it kind of helped the fact that it was in French. Yeah, I don't really know why, but it just did. I'm actually going to read Leonard Maltin's review of this film, see what he has to say about it. Hopefully it won't be like last time. The Intouchables. He gives it 3 stars. Which is a good rating. Wealthy, refined Clouzet is a quadriplegic since a parasailing accident, but when it comes time to hire a new caregiver, he bypasses all the qualified candidates and chooses a boisterous immigrant from Senegal who's just spent 6 months in jail, hoping to shake up the status quo. Psy does just that, as well as introducing his new boss to vintage American pop music, and an unexpected bond develops between the two men. Charming, funny, and moving at times, even though you're aware that it's pushing your buttons. Based on a true story, although the real-life caregiver is from Algeria and isn't black, written by the directors. Yeah, I mean, there are some historical inaccuracies, if you want to call them that. It's not a huge historic event, but it is a very inspiring story, it's a very moving story, and it's a very funny story. Yeah, I don't think that the race of one of our main characters really has anything to do with the plot. It's never really mentioned, and I think Omar Sy did a great job acting the character, that I don't think that it really matters what he looked like in comparison to his real-life counterpart. Some people might disagree with me, but I think that it's the performance of the actor that's more important than how close they stayed to the actual source material, if you will, the real-life events. So, is the film any good? I think Leonard and I are in agreement here. This is a great film and that you should definitely watch it. Is it deserving of its place? Absolutely. Go check out The Intouchables. Don't be afraid to watch a subtitled film in another language. It's in French, you know, it's not in German. I am going to watch a film in German called Der Untergang, which is about Hitler's final days. I will watch that at some point and maybe review it at some point. But yeah, that just sounds lovely listening to German for 2.5 hours. Maybe it's only 2. I hope it's only 2. But this movie runs about 2 hours. It's in French. It's a great film. Great characters, great acting, great story. It's moving, funny, inspirational. It is everything. Please go check it out. I am definitely giving this one the thumbs up. Go check out The Intouchables. That is really all that I have to say about this film. Up next is Whiplash, which is going to be fun to talk about. That came out very recently, actually, just last year. And yeah, that's really all that I have to say about The Intouchables. So, if you enjoyed, please remember to leave a like, comment, and subscribe down below, where you can see me pointing. You get that if you've seen any of my old gaming videos. But yeah, that is really all that I have to say for that today. And I will see you in the next episode. Turning off the camera.